Hello, my Built Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Watcher. This one is titled The Largest Unexplained Explosion in History. Mystery Files. Oh no, I'm so excited. And I know a lot of you out there that watch mainly on Wednesdays to catch Watcher are really excited too. So let's go ahead, get into it. Let's go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, couple something special. Let's get mysterious. It's weird not saying let's get spooky.
A UFO's interplanetary weapon. What they found were millions of trees, ripped from the ground.
I get the feeling you're gonna shoot me with it.
I don't do it, please! Welcome to Mystery Files, where we take a deep dive into cases that span from the creepy to the truly bizarre, and everything in between. I'm Shane, and today I'll be forcing my colleague Ryan to hear all about the unbelievable Tunguska event. In the end, you'll have to decide if the mystery is solved or if it's simply a mystery.
Simply a mystery. That bang, I don't believe anything they say.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely, hell yeah.
Back in the basement. I hope the story's super scary.
You heard of this? You seen this?
What?
Tunguska event.
No, but I like the sound of it.
Tunguska.
Very good.
Say it with me.
It really comes off the tongue. Tunguska. Tunguska. Tunguska.
Tunguska.
I can't think of a better way to start an episode than that. I mean,
Right.
Asteroids. Very scary. Now, if Armageddon has taught us anything, we can probably hire the Geek Squad from Best Buy to blast that shit out of the sky. But did you know that even if an asteroid didn't actually hit the Earth, the impact from the resulting airborne explosion would still be completely devastating and possibly fatal for many? Well, we know this because of a mysterious Siberian incident called the Tunguska event. On June 30th, 1908, at about 7:15 a.m., an asteroid hurtled toward the Earth at a rate of around 33,500 miles per hour. That's fast. That's very fast.
That is very
How
fucking
fast?
fast.
Well, imagine a jar of peanut
Ricky Bobby going, I'm going fast, mama. I'm going fast, mama. Look at me now. Speedy Gonzalez fast, bruh.
butter. Now imagine it flying at 33,500 miles per hour. That's how fast.
wait, what?
Now this thing is thought to have been as big as a 25-story building, over 125 feet across, and weighing 220 million pounds. What scientists refer to as one big bitch. That's very heavy. How heavy? Well, imagine a jar of peanut butter. Remember that jar of peanut butter from before?
remember it, yeah.
Now, that jar weighs about 1 pound. Okay, now picture about 220 million of those jars. That's how heavy.
I don't think this is working out the way you think.
Now, as the rock hit Earth's atmosphere,
No, but it's fucking great.
pressure would cause it to heat up to an estimated 44,500 degrees Fahrenheit, turning it into a fireball bound for self-detonation. Now that's very hot. How hot? Well, imagine a jar of peanut butter that's 44,500 degrees to the touch. Yikes! That's how hot.
Sounds tasty, I guess.
Now it finally exploded about 3 to 6 miles above what is present-day Krasnoyarsky Krai, Russia, in central Siberia. It's some around
I
there.
see it. There's a map.
Now it's a blast that would have been seen and heard from at least 500 miles away, mostly by, one assumes, Russians, and probably some squirrels and shit. Now upon detonation, it's believed to have released a blast wave of energy equivalent to about 185 atomic bombs.
Holy,
Yikes!
that's all.
What do you mean that's all? Look at this.
I'm just giving you shit. That's a pretty big blast, dude.
To demonstrate that, this
Peanut
is
butter?
a blast wave generator.
I get the feeling you're gonna shoot me with that.
Check this out.
I don't want to check. Don't you do it. Don't
No,
you
I'm
do
not-
it.
No, I'll
You're gonna do it. I know. please.
Why?
You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
It's wind.
No, let me do it to you, and then you can do it to me.
Just
No, wait.
Why are you so worried about this?
Because it looks scary. You have a slide up there that said that's the equivalent of 4 gajillion fucking bombs, and now you're giving this. These are connected. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but I'm saying this is not even close to that.
Then what's the point?
I just want you to feel a fragment of what these people felt
I
when
have
they
an
were
imagination.
annihilated.
I can imagine it would be very hot. Hey! Ah!
Not bad, right?
You missed. You missed. No, you hit me. You hit me. Stop! All right.
This is how we have fun.
You son of a bitch.
You're a little high. That's better. Oh, you really... Now, other estimates say the explosive force could have been as much as 15 megatons of TNT, roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the bombs at Hiroshima. Now, the resulting shockwave caused windows to be broken and people to be knocked over hundreds of miles away.
That's it?
But think about this, hundreds of miles away.
Yeah, but still, if it's
You're
like
still going, whoa!
if it's still a gajillion bombs, I thought it would rattle their skeleton until it
shut up.
exploded.
Did I
or
say a
something.
cajillion?
I just wrote.
What'd you write? Did you write down a number? Did you write down a number?
I wrote big ass asteroid, and then I spelled it wrong, and then I crossed it out.
Now, the seismic shock wave that followed was caught by barometers as far away as England. Due to vaporized gases released into the atmosphere, dense clouds formed at high altitudes, causing abnormally bright nighttime skies across Europe.
Wouldn't it be radioactive or some shit like that?
No. Are you paying attention? What are you?
Well, I
paying
thought
attention?
like the wind could blow it or something like that, or.
It's an asteroid.
Yeah, but if the light
It's not, okay, it's not an atomic bomb.
Yeah, but doesn't stuff from like an asteroid from space still have things like radioactive
It
on
may
it?
have like space radioactive nature to it, but it's not anything like an atomic bomb.
Oh, okay, well that's cool.
As far as I know. Fact check me on that.
I'm not Snopes.com.
An estimated 80 million trees across 500,000 acres were flattened in the area, and near the epicenter, nearly 25,000 acres of trees were charred.
I don't know if I'm gonna learn shit or not while watching these. Like I don't know what's going on anymore. I've not been able to stop laughing this whole fucking time.
Jesus Christ.
But there's very little evidence of an asteroid itself. Rather, scientists believe the majority was consumed in the explosion and the rest was likely lost to the bogs, making the only likely remains we've got to be small fragments, each less than a millimeter across.
So if there was this asteroid, it impacted the atmosphere, but not the actual Earth itself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't there be like a big ass hole in the ground? Is that what you're talking? Was there a hole in the ground, or was it just trees flattened,
Trees flattened.
but no hole in the ground?
Yeah, wouldn't you say that's a little mysterious?
It is mysterious. That's why there's no hole. No hole at all.
No hole.
There's no hole.
No hole. Now, because the area was so rural, scientists believe there were only 30 people within range of.
If your donut doesn't have a hole in it, is it still a donut? I don't know.
Of the tree fall area at the time of impact. However, for those unlucky people, many lost consciousness, and at least 3 died.
Why you say at least 3? They don't know?
It's 1908. I'm sure they don't have like a great census taker. It's Russia. They barely know who's there right now.
That's true, I guess. It's just weird to be like 30 people were impacted.
hey.
I think 3 of them died. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
3 did. Who knows? Well, Ryan, this is the real scale.
You know, they could have died from the explosion. They could have died from not enough vodka. We don't know for sure. So we say approximately 3. Yeah.
Scary
Well,
part.
now we're talking.
Yes. Now, NASA's scientists estimate that, on average, a Tunguska-sized asteroid will enter Earth's atmosphere at least once every 300 years.
Oh, so we're good. We're in the clear.
Our odds are good right now.
That's pretty good.
Let's say it's going to happen within the next 20. And I'm not predicting anything here,
You did predict the pandemic.
but be careful.
Well, then don't predict that. Predict it won't happen.
You never know. Now, the first scientific expedition to the site wasn't launched until 1921, and nearly 2 decades later, very little had grown out of the scorched earth.
So nothing grew in the radius.
Yes, but let's linger on the first scientific expedition wasn't launched until 19 years later.
So they were a little tardy.
They had, World War I was going on.
Sure, so they had other
That's
things
something
to figure out.
I mean, I guess Russia's also very big. So maybe they were like, it's over there.
We'll handle the ghost asteroid later.
Now, because the Siberian outback conditions were so harsh, they couldn't even get to the blast area successfully until 1927.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
It took them 19 years to get there, and then once they got there, it took them 6 years to wade through that.
Man, look,
This is the site, right? These fucking trees, that looks real treacherous.
Maybe it wasn't like top priority, okay?
Clearly. That looks like the densest brush I've ever seen, those skinny toothpick trees.
Well,
At least 1 year per tree, by my estimation.
harsh. 6 years is
I thought Russians were supposed to be tough.
Well, they didn't have smartphones.
Embarrassing.
Or MapQuest. Now, these expeditions were led by Soviet scientist Leonid Alexeyevich Kulik, the chief curator of the meteorite collection of the St. Petersburg Museum.
That's
now,
a cool
Kulik's
name, bro.
elite team of fact fetishists, including 2 geochemists, a chemist, a geologist, a mineralogist, and an astronomer, as well as a physicist, had hundreds of square miles of remote forest to study.
Hey.
They were like, hell yeah. Let me get in there.
And then they were like, hey, cool it.
Oh, Kulik, yeah.
Let's cool it for 6 years.
Hey, let's stretch it out. Let's go camping.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it was a government-funded project, and they were like, let's take it easy. This is a nice little area.
Let's say you and I are out on a ghost hunt. We're getting paid. We're on the clock, right?
We're getting paid hourly?
Hourly.
Ooh.
How long are we taking on that ghost hunt?
I mean, it's a pretty haunted site.
Yeah.
Pretty haunted. We're gonna need at least 3 weeks here.
Yeah, there's nothing to see. We're not going to
Right.
stay at a place that long. But if we were getting paid, I'd be like, we better stick around a little longer.
No, we're gonna need at least a year.
Yeah. What they found were millions of trees.
I think I'm just gonna move in here and take my time, make sure we get everything.
What?
Ripped from the ground.
Oh, you cheeky little bugger.
Look at that.
Ripped? Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I got lost in the sauce of
look
your
at the
little...
trees.
Ripped from the ground.
10 to 20 miles from the epicenter, they were astonished by splintered trees lying on their side in a strange radial pattern that led them like a map to the center.
Damn.
Obviously, the trees fell pointing away from the site of impact. But, Ryan, don't touch that. Give that back to me, actually.
Wait. I was just looking at it.
I'm just going to keep this over here.
That would have been so good if I could have just surprised you in the middle.
Well, you can't surprise anybody with this. Once they got to ground zero, their eyes beheld a surprising scene. The trees were standing upright, limbs and bark completely stripped away, but there was no evidence of a crater, just a bog and this forest of telephone poles.
Okay, well, you had a lot of tree talk there.
I know.
So
let's break it down. Right?
Somewhere out of the ground, their roots just pulled out.
All around it,
Yeah.
for the 10 to 20 miles around it, the trees were bent over.
Yeah.
Right? Away from the epicenter. So it's very easy to find ground zero because they were all essentially pointing toward
This is the spot.
where it hit. But then when they got to the epicenter, the trees were standing straight up. What do you think of that?
I don't know what to think of that. That's fucking weird.
Freaky. Huh?
How does that even make sense?
The blast. Okay, in my head, I am Wile E. Coyoteing this shit, Looney Tuning this shit. All right, and it went whoosh and then out, like a reverse, like an atom bomb does, The big old mushroom cloud. It mushroom clouded in reverse, so it went and it knocked it just and it just toothpicked them, and then when it went. And knock down everything else. I'm full of shit, but it sounded good on paper, so.
Sense.
It's freaky. It's a bit mysterious. Oh, you're just writing down trees?
Trees flat.
Okay, well, that's something.
Center up.
Center up, you got it. Now, scientists say that this debranching is caused by, quote, fast-moving shock waves that break off a tree's branches before the branches can transfer the impact momentum to the tree's stem.
So that's why the middle ones are up?
That's what scientists said.
Now what the fuck do they know? It took them 6 years to get there.
I don't know. I mean, they probably know about blast physics,
You think the scientists know about science?
Yeah, I generally trust them on these things.
Well, that doesn't sound right to me.
It's like a tree, right?
Yeah.
But no branches. So
yeah,
knocked all the branches
It's like
off.
it's just the fucking
But
trunk.
maybe because the force was coming directly from overhead, The branches
Yeah, like a ladder tree. Almost.
meanwhile pushes out, which would explain the other ones getting knocked over.
Yeah, because
Me and Shane, man, we're fucking geniuses. Genocize.
force is coming down.
It's coming straight
and then
down.
it hits the ground. Then the wave just gets sent out from the impact.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I could see that.
This is still like this.
How much cleaner is it though? Can you show me how the branches come off a little bit more?
Like,
Maybe one more time.
no. These branchless trees
Do not.
were also found at the site of the atomic explosion in Hiroshima, Japan. Now, witnesses from almost 1,000 miles away saw the fireball in the sky, but those closest to the impact, the locals of the Podkemanaya Tunguska River region, were hesitant to speak with Kulik's team. They believed the blast was caused by a visit from the god Ogdi, who cursed the area, smashing trees and killing forest animals, including 1,000 reindeer, the economic tentpole for many in the area.
He looks real vengeful.
Yeah, he looks pissed.
Yeah, it's a
He's
pissed off
angry.
tree.
It's a pissed dude.
Is he? He's a tree god?
I mean, clearly. I mean, I don't know about this guy.
Is this just a rendering of him being paid homage to via a tree, or is
No, that's him. That's a photograph of him.
That's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do the sad face that he's doing?
Now, those willing to speak with the scientists described a fireball moving through the sky, bluish in hue and light nearly as bright as the sun, lighting the horizon in the distance. The way the ground trembled and shook buildings like an earthquake, knocking things off walls and tables, and the hot winds strong enough to knock people down. Ah! This was followed by a flash and a sound similar to artillery fire. One of the witnesses, who was based...
You know we can do sound effects in post.
Oh, okay.
What's the best machine gun you got?
Yeah. Oh, cool. So do that, but then take a break, and then like do a...
Okay.
One of the witnesses, who was based at the Venera trading post at the time of the impact, said that the heat blast caused him to be launched from his chair, describing, quote, "Suddenly, in the north, the sky was split in two, and high above the forest, the whole northern part of the sky appeared covered with fire. At that moment, there was a bang in the sky and a mighty crash. The crash was followed by a noise like stones falling from the sky or of guns firing. The earth trembled." Well, now you know quite a bit about the Tunguska event.
I do indeed.
And with that, it's corkboard time. Let's get into the theories. So, following Kulik's investigations, wild theories began to spread in an effort to try to explain the Tunguska event. NASA once called it, quote, "an astronomical cold case." In fact, Don Yeomans, manager of the Near-Earth Object Office at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, says of the event, quote, "a century later, some still debate the cause and come up with different scenarios that could have caused the explosion." While there are estimates and hypotheses to guide us, since there is very little physical evidence of the asteroid, some important questions still remain. We don't definitively know what exactly it was made of or what caused it to explode. So, what happened to that flattened Siberian forest? Ryan, what do you think happened?
The tree god is pretty funny.
Ogdi.
I'd love for Ogdi to be the root cause.
Huh?
That was good.
But I don't know. It looks like there's a lot
Hang on
of...
a second.
Tree
You
humor.
got a little pun trophy.
Oh, thank you, dude.
We got some of those lying around. We
Hey,
got a ton
dude,
of
I've
those.
never held one of these
I guess
except
not.
that one time.
So you're gonna go with Ogdi.
No, oh, shit. Based on what we've said. Aliens.
That's what I like to hear from you.
Aliens, baby.
Yeah, that feels right coming from you.
Aliens.
All right, well, let's get into the theories. Theory one. So a team of Italian scientists proposed that Lake Chaco is actually a crater, as there is no record of it before 1908. However, the surrounding region is characterized by similar shallow ponds and was never explored or mapped well. So many scientists are skeptical. Even without a definite site of impact to prove the asteroid theory definitively, most scientists still categorize it as, quote, an impact event. and specifically in this case, what is now known as an airburst. Essentially, the radiant energy from the explosion was powerful enough to ignite the forest, but the fire was put out as the blast wave following extinguished it, leaving behind the forest that was charred rather than burned. Impact event. So now, even though, Ryan, I'm not going to actually throw anything at you, you can see that, you feel that, right?
But I feel that. I'm well
Don't
aware.
cover your face!
I'm well aware of what an airburst is. I travel with you all the time. And I've seen the charred remains you've left behind.
That's how that works.
Like that time you shit your pants in New Orleans.
You can't just say stuff.
I mean,
Oh, yes. And I didn't. Now, theory 2. Some scientists posit that rather than an asteroid, an icy comet caused the explosion, noting the presence of glowing blue-white noctilucent clouds recorded high in the skies over Europe following the event. Now, these clouds form due to a rapid influx of ice crystals and dust from meteoroid smoke, making them a rare phenomenon that could be triggered by the sudden vaporization of a comet. I know I just threw a lot at you, and sometimes receiving that much information.
I swear to God,
can feel like
Jesus Christ! All right. God damn it.
I know it can be overwhelming, but
Certainly that helps with the overwhelming.
you ever been to Europe?
Yeah.
Sometimes the sky's blue, I think, right? Just like it is here.
So you mean to tell me that the entire Tunguska event happened because of
Ice.
blue balls?
Now you're talking my language. Then there are the more outlandish theories, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great.
Like that the incident could have been a failed attempt by a Russian scientist to manufacture an early atomic bomb.
When did the nuclear arms race start? It was like way past World War I.
Yeah, it was after World War II, the Cold War.
So yeah, then that one doesn't really make that much sense timeline-wise. They wouldn't even have known of such an object.
Well, I'm sure they were working on it for a while because they used it in World War II. And then there was,
1906?
well, no, there wasn't no atomic bomb in 1906.
Yeah.
1908, I think it was.
No, I didn't write that down. Okay.
Or perhaps you will feel more familiar with these. Bergara, it was caused by an alien spacecraft. Yes, some people believe it was an alien spacecraft that may have crashed into Earth, or possibly a UFO's interplanetary weapon that detonated there for unknown reasons.
It's too much quotes.
Sorry, it's a nonsense hooey.
Yeah.
I do believe in aliens, that's true, but me personally, I think it's a little far-fetched.
If it was a...
I believe in aliens too. It is very hard for me to believe that we are alone in the never-ending existence that is the worlds and galaxies and universes and so on and so forth. Now, like I've said several times in videos, it doesn't mean I think like ETs out there or, the Greys. I mean, I don't know what they are, but I refuse to believe that there's not another form of civilization somewhere in the universe. Whether it be like just something as small as like plankton or something like that, that's still life of some sort.
A spacecraft crashing into the ground, there would still be some sort of crater.
Yeah, you'd be like, I found some gears here.
Plus, where do you think lizard people come from?
Or in some, a stick shifter or something.
Or you'd find a fucking, a gray sitting there with a very confused look on its face, like, oh, fuck!
You'd be like,
call AAA. I thought I put down the landing gear. I'm about to have a stroke of genius right now, so
all right.
Put your receptive cap on.
Okay, blast me with it, dude.
Oh, dude, here we go.
Blast me with it. Blast me with your genius. Come on. Oof, that actually did, that was a good one.
What if it wasn't a crash, it wasn't a weapon, but what if an alien spacecraft just landed and the propulsion system of it was enough to melt the trees, but not really cause a crater because it's landing?
Okay, so they lands.
Yeah.
They get out and they're like, tight. All right, get back in.
Yeah, they land, they're like, oh, fuck, we're in Russia.
Oh, Russia?
I thought we were going to Disneyland. What the
Yeah.
fuck is this? Even though that predates Disneyland by about...
Maybe they needed to cool their engines. Russia's cold, bruh, Maybe they was making margaritas and they need some ice.
about 50 years.
They could probably see into the future. Maybe they were the ones that told Walt about it.
Is that theory 4?
Draw a mouse. Now, in the 1960s, some tried to explain the Tunguska event by bringing it back down to Earth with a phenomena called Verne shots, named after sci-fi author Mr. Jules Verne.
Yeah.
A Verne shot is a possible reaction of magma from the Earth's core mixed with a trapped bubble of volcanic gas beneath the basalt of the once highly seismic Siberian traps. Geology,
What
baby.
the fuck am I looking at?
You're looking at a map and the word magma.
It
and
just
then
looks like a
plus sign
map
and
with a human heart on it.
volcanic gas. You know, when stuff mixes, sometimes stuff happens.
Goes
you know?
boom.
Stuff go boom.
So
Think
it
about
went
that.
boom from down below,
Went boom boom from down below.
but didn't leave any sort of evidence that would have happened. You would think they'd be able to see that in the soil or the terrain.
I'm not a geologist over here. I took one geology class in college for fun.
It's like an
I
underground.
got like a C+. Now, this theory was speculative at best, as there was no evidence of shattered rock or gas vents, and while gas bubbles are seen in Siberian lakes, the origin of the methane is not from deep underground.
It's from Shane.
No. Theory 5. By the 70s, a group of American physicists brought it back to the skies with a theory that a small black hole, what do you think about that, collided with our planet, essentially causing a matter-antimatter explosion in the atmosphere. But that wouldn't explain the impact-related minerals like nanodiamonds,
Oh, damn.
which are associated with meteoroids, and they were found, albeit in very small quantities, at the site, or the way the trees had fallen in sequence away from the epicenter, bringing us back to the more generally accepted asteroid theory.
Jesus.
Now, Ryan, after all we've discussed, do you think this mystery is solved, or is it simply a mystery?
I don't think there's enough to say it's an asteroid because there's no crater. And I think if it was aliens, it would never be accepted that it was aliens, so
They'd hide it.
they would hide it. I'm gonna guess it's a mystery, but I will say that if I had to pick one, in my heart of hearts, theory 2 is kind of fun because it's like an ice ball and then it just evaporates, and then maybe that's why there's no crater. But I wish I could pick number 3, aliens.
So you're gonna say mystery,
Mystery.
but balls as a backup.
I'm gonna say mystery, but blue ball as a backup.
Okay. You are correct.
Oh, there you go. It's a mystery.
Yes, Mother Nature is an enduring mystery that we humans will forever be beguiled by as we try to understand her and know her. But in this case, we know that the human race got lucky on that day in 1908 by missing the full impact of an asteroid, though we may never fully understand why. We'll let this one be a mystery.
You think it was an asteroid?
Yeah, I think it was just an asteroid.
think it was an
yeah,
asteroid?
I think so, yeah. I think that's just a crater, it's an asteroid.
But is that lake even near the epicenter of all the folded trees?
Yeah, yeah.
You're just saying sure. You don't even know if that's
Hey,
true.
I'll take it. Yeah, works for me.
There's you don't even know if
I
that's
think it's an
true.
asteroid, probably an asteroid. You know?
Fuck it, it was aliens, dude. I mean,
Can't just say that.
you can't just say that that's a crater from the asteroid.
I think
the
it's
same
just a
thing.
crater from the asteroid. You can't just say aliens.
I think a ship landed, was like, fuck this place.
Though if it was
Let's go
like
to
the end of
McDonald's.
X-Files, we should go to McDonald's. I'm actually very hungry.
Me too.
Okay, let's do it.
You ever seen a dog without a tail? It cannot stand on 4 legs. That's not true.
Didn't think so.
Oh shit. All right. I forgot how fun Mystery Files is. Like I said, we've only watched the one, and that was the DB Tuber, and that was a special request. And I am very excited to be back to watch her and doing some Mystery Files. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, we've done Ghost Files, we've done Puppet History, we've done a shit ton of those, but I've only seen one Mystery File. I've seen 2 now, and it's fucking amazing. Amazing. All right. I really enjoyed it. If y'all enjoyed it as much as I did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. While you're down there going over, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Bill 5000 Nation, bruh. We do some crazy shit here. And if you want to know when that crazy shit happens, ding that bell. It might work for you. If it does work for you, I'll know. You want to know why I know and how I'll know? Because if it does, you'll know when my premieres happen. You can jump on there and you can talk to me in the chat over on the right-hand side of the screen or down below, depending on your device. And if you really want to, you can go down, link is in the description. You can check out my store and you can tell me whether you think it's some of the best merch out there or not. But you can't do it until you check it out. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I would love for it to be a little bit of everything, but I'm pretty sure like it just like exploded. And like Shane was just just yeah, I'm pretty sure it it looked like I just slow jacked my microphone, don't it?